stronger, and we are seeing so much more of that in the last couple of weeks. George Karl said, predicting that Durant would someday soon be an NBA scoring champion, said, you know, last year the kid was a little bit light on his feet.
Well, that was the way you got to make sure this one goes down. He went up very strong with that move.
Anthony showing and going to the free throw line. Collison called for his first personal foul. Nick had a season-high 14 rebounds on Sunday at Sacramento. That was his 6th double-double.
See, there was an opportunity, I think, for the Thunder. Somebody needs to step up, whether either it was Jeff Green or Collison, and take a charge there on Anthony. Jeff Green was concerned about the pass going out to the corner.
In the estimation, didn't have the shirt tucked in. Oh, there we go. Anthony, that game here after New Year's, was playing with 5 fouls at the end of the basketball game. He shot 10 of 20, 31 points that night, 9 rebounds.
And he managed to play quite a bit with those 5 fouls, and as we know that he ended up hitting that game-winning shot. But so superstars, they know how to play with 5 fouls.
Oh. Anthony right to the rim.
Strong
Melo
move.
Anthony has 6 points now.
These are all big guys, but they play like small forwards, and that's an advantage to you if you're playing a team that doesn't have mobile big guys.
Their level of activity is very impressive. This is what we talk about. Anthony has got so many different moves. He drives, then step back, and then knocks it down from 15 feet with Mason out. Green getting the primary defensive responsibility on Carmelo Anthony, who scores again. He's made his last 2 shots, 12 points, albeit on 5 of 15 shooting. Kind of a little Alphonse and Gaston thing. And Anthony, the finish for 3. Yeah, Alphonse and Gaston, you know, they open in the door. After you, my dear Alphonse. Oh, no, after you, my dear Gaston.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who wants the ball? George Karl, by the way, was the guy that taught Scott Brooks the value of getting into the gym pretty much every day. Scott gave the team Monday off, but most days, even after the team comes home from a road trip, Brooksy will have them in the Integris Health Training Center just to kind of get loose, just to work on a little bit, and sometimes using the gym as therapy.
Oh, absolutely. And sometimes when you have a coach like Scott Brooks is he's a gym rat. He's a coach gym rat. And so I think even when he gives the guys a day off, he's probably at home pacing the floor saying, boy, can't wait to practice tomorrow. I got to get the guys. There's a play that he wants to put in. There's a defense that he's trying to instruct the guys to do. So
he brings Chance and Lexington to the facility for rec time.
He'll coach anybody. He'll coach anybody. He just wants to coach, and he really enjoys it. And the one thing that you have to say about Scott Brooks is he has a passion for it. He has a passion for what he's doing. And that can never be underestimated, I think, when you talk about having a passion for something, because you'll do it no matter who's looking.
Anthony, 7 points in the last 2 minutes. Well, and you can't do anything about it when Chauncey Billups, who is also, I mean, he distributes well, but your all-star, also a real good defender, might be a guy who'd be coming out to get Green. His absence tonight with the sprained ankle really does impact their ability to stop you on the perimeter.
Well, he's called Mr. Big Shot. This guy hasn't seen a big shot that he doesn't like, whether it's end of quarter, end of game. He wants the ball in his hands, does Chauncey Billups. And I talked about it earlier. Anthony Carter's a very good backup point guard. He's over his minutes right now. He doesn't get extended minutes when Chauncey Billups is in the ball game. He's the recipient of passes like that. He loves it when the ball moves.
Anthony, strong move from the elbow all the way in. He made himself real small to get around Collison and score. Anthony. Brent Weber with more on this angle as Anthony scores.
At this stage of his career, outscoring what Carmelo Anthony did as a second-year player, but adding to what George Karl said before the game.
Scored the ball and took Denver away.
Well, I think any primetime player, all-star caliber player like Carmelo Anthony, if you give them the opportunity, which you don't even want to play with that. And you know, if you've got a cushion that you're working with, like right now the Thunder, you want to pad that.
Instead, it's a basket for Anthony. I don't mean to whine, but it was pretty obvious because it happened right in front of us.
Well, you said they were going to let them play, and that's a classic example of letting them play.
Only 7 up to this point, but he can play a big role here to stabilize this team, or attempt to stabilize this team.
Whoa, there it is.
Off the deflection. Did not have control. Anthony going to go straight to the rim and score. 5.3 seconds remaining. Thunder will have a good chance to win. Now, the argument with Dick Bavetta is that's a backcourt violation. But remember, you can inbound the ball into the backcourt and he never had possession. See? He tips it. He never had possession, so that is not a violation.
So that's what the call is. As long as he never gained possession of the basketball, but it was tipped in the front court.
Doesn't matter. He didn't have possession.
So he never had possession.
Because you can throw the ball all the way back to the opposite baseline to inbound that ball.
Right.
You know, so you see what I'm saying?
So
By
the argument
extension,
is that he
you
didn't
must
have possession on this side of the floor.
That's correct.
Okay. I stand corrected then. I thought as long as the ball was actually touched on this side of the floor that it was good.
Okay.